4 games left, and first place has become, well, potentially a 3-team race. The good news is Man City stumbled a couple of times, while we only stumbled once. Liverpool at one point in time was tied with us in second place, and then they've drawn their last 2 games. The top 4 teams have qualified for Champions League games. We got an announcement on our budgets. 2.3 million in payroll and 116 million in the transfer budget, which is eminently doable, seeing as how we're only spending 200 right now on the payroll. So I think what we're going to do, we just got done with the Leeds game. We beat them 5-2. I'll show you that here in a second. We beat Chelsea 1-0. That was a good win for us. Maybe not the flashiest of wins, but a win nonetheless. We played Arsenal. We drew with them 2-2. We beat West Ham 1-0 thanks to an Esposito goal. We beat Leicester 3-0 thanks to goals by Stockbridge, Pellegrini, and Esposito. We beat Chelsea 1-0 thanks to a solo goal in the first minute. And then we beat Leeds 5-2. Gallagher had a brace of goals, Pellegrini had a brace of goals, Esposito had a brace of goals. Everybody had a solid game with the exception of Skip, and I'm not quite sure why, but that's okay. I thought, I'll be honest, I don't know what I thought. Part of me says to make this 2 episodes. Part of me says to play Villa offline and see where we are. And then if it gets to a point where, the last couple of games really matter, we'll live comm those and talk about the end of the season. As a result, it could be a very long episode. But I think what we're going to do is play Villa offline. And then depending on what happens, maybe play Watford offline. I think after the Villa game, we'll have a slightly better understanding of what the league is definitely going to look like. So, especially if we win and Man City draws again. So that said, we're going to pause the game here, and we're going to come back with the result of Villa in just a bit. Well, we beat Aston Villa. I'm not going to say quite handily, but it was a comfortable victory for 2-goal, Pellegrini goal. The player of the match for this game, rightly so, was Dan Axel Zagadou, who, I kid you not, won 22 headers during the course of the game. We got to go back here. And, of course, City won their game, too. Who are they playing the last 3 games? Norwich, West Ham, and Leicester. So Norwich, West Ham, and Leicester. Leicester is fighting for survival. Hopefully we could get an A game out of them. We're still 2 points ahead of them. We're going to come up to the Watford game. I'm going to do the same thing with Watford I did with Villa. I'm going to play them offline. And if for whatever reason we draw or lose and then Man City wins, they'll be a point ahead of us if we lose and equal if we win. And then it's going to come down to the wire, in which case we lose by goal differential. So, fun times. Fun times. We'll get there soon. Back in a bit. Norwich beat Man City 3-2. I don't know what they were worried about survival. But I think what we are going to do then is play Wolves. And if we beat Wolves, we win the Prem. So, yeah, we win the Prem. I'm almost positive we win the Prem if we beat Wolves. If we beat Wolves, we go to 89 points. If Man City wins their game, they go to 84. Yeah, if we beat Wolves, we win. So that's what we were going to do. We're going to get to the Wolves game here, and we'll come back with that in just a bit. Well, if we do win the Prem, we have to thank Norwich. And that means sending them probably a very big truck full of liquor. Esposito's a little bit banged up, so we're going to bring Clark up top. Stefano from goal, Natan, Zagadou, Kasuno, and Laird. There's an issue with Natan. He was just coming back from injury, so we're going to bring on Dino Johnson. Zagadou and Kasuno are fine. Stockbridge skipping Gallagher. You need to go like this. Bring Natan on. Sola picked up an injury, but it's just one of those 1 to 2 day things. I can bring him on if I need to. What I don't get is how Stockbridge is still... Jarrell cannot be registered for this match. Why is he here? It's because my coach still thinks he's here. What I don't understand is how Ferguson can still be tactically unfamiliar with the formation and the position, because he's only played that position about half the time he's been on the field. The other half the time he's played his natural position at ball-winning midfielder. Kickoff highlight. This can be good or bad. Kasuno. Out to Laird. Laird up in space for Gallagher. Gallagher tries crossing it in. However, it bounces off Wolves player. Laird gets it back. Pellegri's there. Nice save by Jose Sa, but it bounces right to Fatu, and he scores. Question is, was Pellegri offsides? The guy's flag isn't raised, so I'm going to say no. So Gallagher tries sending it in, bounces off the Wolves player. It goes right to Laird. Laird sends it in. Pellegri gets the header on it. Jose Sa blocks it, and Fatu was right there. I guess they were trying to say whoever that was, Clark, was offsides, but he was between the two defenders there. Semedo just went out injured for them. That's not going to help them. Dondocker to Nato. Silva. Back to Dondocker. Clark gets the header, but he loses the ball to Nori. Up to Szymanski for Wolves. He holds it up. Gallagher dispossesses him. Gallagher gets the ball to Laird. Laird holds it up, gets it back to Gallagher, back to Laird. Laird to Stockbridge. Stockbridge to Gallagher. Gallagher across the field. Over to Johansson to Skip. Zagadou back to Kasuno. Stockbridge to Gallagher. Laird up into space. Clark loses it. Was he fouled? What the heck happened there? That was wild. That was wild. I keep forgetting where my camera is. It's right there. That was wild. Okay, Stockbridge to Gallagher to Laird. Laird sends it in. Clark, trips. And Pellegri runs up on the ball and puts it away. I think that was a case of the animation not being able to reflect what accurately happened on the field. Because if that was what happened on the field, my response to that is, what the actual hell was that? Then Docker to Silva, and they get one back right before, at the 33rd minute mark. I'm thinking the guy at the near post could have done a little bit more to stop that. Szymanski sends it in again. Pellegri knocks it away, but Nato's going to run it down. He cuts left, but he's dispossessed. However, the ball stays in. Nuri back to Romo. Romo to Adaraboyo. Okay, all the way back to Sa. Up Otto. Over to Dendocker. Out to Raimondo. Silva takes the shot, but it's Heinrich. That is halftime. With 12 shots, 5 on target, they're 5-3. And thanks to a very lucky goal, we go in with a 2-1 lead. Safanov to Kasuno. Kasuno over to Zagadou. Up to Gallagher. Stockbridge loses it. Szymanski crosses it in. Safanov is there. And somehow Safanov ends up making a save. Skip knocks the ball away. Eustaquio's going to run it down. Szymanski, corner of the box, outside. It's a free kick. Szymanski was offsides. Okay. Nuri to Eustaquio. Back to Roma. Over to Adeboyo. Up to Dendocker. He feeds Nato, who got by the defender, who absolutely fouls him. We're going to bring on Ricci for Skip and move Gallagher, or we're going to bring Natan on for Johnson. It's not been my best loan signee. Come on, Safanov. Nope. Six minutes of extra time. We're going to be able to do anything with it? No. That is not what we wanted. Well, now it looks like we're playing Tottenham. And we need a draw, at least. Laird is out 3 to 4 weeks. Skip just has a tight jury. Wolves avoided relegation. Well, that bites, in the words of the immortal Bart J. Simpson. And now we are playing 6th place Tottenham. Man City is playing Leicester, if I remember correctly. They're playing Leicester. Okay, so we got a week's worth of training. Hopefully the guys will stay mostly healthy, and we're going to come back and destroy Tottenham. That's the plan. Custer had a plan too. Well, the season comes down to this. We're hoping to beat Tottenham, who's a very good club, and we're hoping Leicester, who is fighting a relegation battle, beats Man United. Man City. And we're doing it without our best right back because Ethan Laird is out. So we got Safanov in goal. Natan, Zagadou, Kasunu, and Duverne is the defensive back four. Stockbridge, Skip, and Gallagher is the midfielders. Fatou is the attack midfielder. Esposito and Pellegrini up top as the strikers. Okay. They still got Livakovic, Ndidi, Berg. Still have Son. They still have Kane, who must be 35-ish. I think we have the afternoon game as well. So before we get started, let's go to latest scores. Leicester, Man City. That's what we're keeping an eye on. Also want to check something out here with... we'll do it later. Free kick. Outside the box, and Esposito curls it high and left. Man City scored. Fatou sends it in. Kasunu's there with the header. His first goal of the season on the last day of the season. Okay, that's kind of special. Fatou, a very nice delivery. Kasunu on the back post, has it near post. And that is the only highlight of the first half. With 6 shots, 3 on target, they're 10-3. Statistically speaking, it's pretty even. We've had 1/2 chance, they've had 2. They've got the possession advantage, but they haven't been able to do much with it. Keep an eye on the guys here. There's not a lot in between. Certain guys are playing really well, other guys are not. Natan's not playing well, but I don't want to take him off for Johansson. Leicester drew with Man City. Kasunu heads away the throw-in from Cash, but Cash is going to get the ball back. Cash driving forward, crosses it in. Wesley's there, off the crossbar. Duverne, up to Gallagher, back to Kasunu. Kasunu to Zagadou, Skip, back and forth. All the way back to Safanov. He hits it forward. Pellegrini goes up for the header. Ndidi ends up with it. Kane. Oh, it's knocked down to Thielman. Thielman, he tries towing a shot in over the keeper, but he hits it too hard. No substitutions. 4 minutes of extra time. Kane. Oh, that is nice. Oh, thank you, Leicester. Thank you, Zagadou, for the header. Premier Division win, Season 5, which I a little bit ahead of schedule. I was planning on Season 6, honestly, but Season 5 works nice. The fact we still haven't won any other trophies is very, very frustrating. But I will definitely take this win. Well done, us. And well done to Leicester. And Norwich. I guess we have to buy them both a huge truck of alcohol now. 90 points. Final day. Rohan Sinclair, decent result, decent match. I think you're a bit underwhelmed by this. I'm not quite sure why. We need to save the game here real quick. Fatu was called up for the World Cup. I think this is a skin issue. I can't see my players on loan. There should be like a loan report thing here. 33-1 to win it. Preseason, we were picked to finish 8th. We were 33-1. Well, not long shots, but our odds were 33-1 to win it. Same as Tottenham, Arsenal, and Newcastle. Man City was 6-5. The board's ecstatic, and they should be. Kasuna was very sharp. Received $38.62 million for the win. Medals to a lot of people. Collective bonuses paid out $12 million in the long run because it's that time of year, it's that time of the save where I figure, what the heck, it's the board's money, we're going to spend it. We essentially gave them the highest bonuses we could for every competition. Tottenham get a Euro Cup ticket, a Euro Cup 2 ticket. Arsenal get a Euro Cup 2 ticket because United won the Carabao. So the question now is the off-season. What are we looking at? Let's do the season review here. That should be happening here soon. We've got 5 weeks until the season starts up again. It's going to be some changes, I think. The question is, are those changes warranted? And by that, we'll go there after this here real quick. Solo gets a C. Safanov gets a C. I don't know why. Sersanti gets a B-. Skip gets a C. Ricci gets a C. Duverne an E. Johnson a B-. Transfers out. Xerxes only a C. Sayoni a C. No one's an A. Sean O'Toole was an A. Biggest win was the 5-2 against Leeds. Our match to remember was the 4-3 against Bayern. That was a very good match. The goal of the season was Gallagher when he hit it from the top of the box. An absolute screamer past the keeper. Sponsorship was up. TV revenue was down. That's interesting. Corporate was up. Competition was up. Matchday commercial was up just by a little bit. Zagadou, Laird, Pellegrini, Esposito, and Gallagher. Top selling jerseys. Best 11. No surprises there. Ethan Laird, young player of the season. Young and Finns player of the season. Signing of the season was Natan. Goal of the season was Gallagher. Top goal scorer was Esposito with 18. Ethan Laird had 18 assists. Esposito had 6 player of the match awards. Ethan Laird had 7.3 overall. Grigrass, most passes completed per 90 minutes. Safanov had 19 shutouts this season. He was also the highest transfer fee in, and the highest transfer fee received was Xerxes, $75 million. It was our first part of the season that got us off to the really good start. We had the draw, we had the loss at Liverpool, and then we didn't lose again until Brighton. And from then on, it was draws until the loss at Chelsea here. Then December, January, we were on an absolute tear. We didn't lose until we got to Sheffield United in the 4th round. We didn't lose a Premier game until Man City in March. So, and that really did us well. And we closed out strong as well. The Wolves game was a bit of a bummer. I would have liked to have held out there and won there so we could have won at home. But I'm not going to complain too loudly about that. Xerxes was picked to go in the overall best 11. Esposito for 2, Gallagher, Laird, and Safanov for the other players selected. Visions and expectations. I am currently fine with that. End of season team meeting. Discuss plans. We won the league. We're not good to qualify. You're setting us up to fail. This is just after we won the Prem. Need a season report. The longest was Leon Heath was out 3 months with a torn calf muscle. Natan had 5 injuries. 6 weeks being out with a lower back injury. End of season break. Training camp destination. We'll go to the USA. Coaching staff's the same. Sports scientists went up. Scouts went up. I'm okay with that. Allison won the Division Golden Glove. I won Coach of the Year. Stefanov, Kasunu, Zagadou, Laird, Gallagher, and Esposito were named in the Team of the Year. That was nice. So if we look at the club before they all go on vacation, and we sort by... I'm going to filter out the unavailables. I'm going to filter out the guys on loan or trial. Well, maybe I won't. Appearance-wise, Stefanov led us, 50 appearances. 1 assist, 2 players of the match. Tom Pierce had a really good loan spell. He had 23 goals, 5 assists, 6 players of the match. Oliver Skip, a solid season, 42 appearances, 1 off the bench, 4 goals, 5 assists, 2 players of the match. Raymond and Okeke both had really nice loan spells. There's a way to pull up your loan players and the results. I think it might be an issue with the skin where I can't find that at the moment. Zagadou, a solid campaign, 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 players of the match. Andy Stockbridge, another solid campaign, 1 goal, 6 assists. Ethan Laird didn't have any goals, but he had 18 assists. Kasunu, 1 goal, 4 assists, 3 players of the match. Gallagher, 4 goals, 1 assist. Esposito, 18, 8, and 6. Natan had 1, 3, and 1. Pellegrini had 17, 6, and 3. Fatuo had 8, 6, and 4, which isn't bad considering he's an advanced midfielder, and I'm okay with that. Francisco had a very good loan appearance, 3, 3, and 1 in 28 games and 13 off the bench. Ricci was solid off the bench as well, 1, 4, 1, and 4. Hristo Lovkov. This is kind of where the pedal meets the metal. I'm going to apply for a new contract with him. If it goes through, he will probably be my starting left back next season. I'll keep Natan, but Christoph will be starting more often than not. Grigoris, a solid campaign coming off the bench. Guler, Nelson, and Boateng, not the best loans, but Clark, 20 appearances now off the bench, 8 goals, 4 assists. Admiral is topped out at 2 stars, and he has not gotten better, and I doubt I will be bringing him back. Duverne was okay. Tizier needs more playing time. He'll definitely get that next season. Sola, I'll probably rotate in. Sersante, 2 and 5. He did what he was supposed to when he came here. Jair, he will get more playing time next season as well. So the question is, who's wanted by whom? Esposito is wanted by Villa and Borussia Dortmund. Any of my other starters wanted at the moment. Clark is wanted, but I'm not letting him go to Bournemouth. So if Pellegrini leaves, Clark will take his spot, and I have Sola as well. They could probably switch back. As I'm hitting my mic, they could probably switch back and forth. Defense-wise, I like Zagadou. I like Kasunu. They're very solid in the center. I have Tizier and Grigoras to replace them if need be. Laird is nice, but I need another quality backup. Stefanov is doing very good in goal for us. I'm happy with my midfield. I'm happy with Fatuo. The only drawback about Fatuo, and I don't know when he picked this up exactly, is that he doesn't feel comfortable in playing in big matches, which is a minor bummer, but I can certainly live with it for the time being. I am not planning on selling any of my players. If Borussia Dortmund comes in for an offer for Pellegrini, and it's a good offer, and he's interested in talking to him, I will let him talk to him. I mean, he came in for $1.1 million for crying out loud. We're going to make a mint of money on him, seeing how he is valued at 58 at the moment. So, if anything, we need some quality. We need some quality first teamers. I'm hoping Christo gets his work permit. If he doesn't, I'm going to have to find a person to buy, kind of in the Ethan Laird mode, who can play both sides and sit on the bench and take both sides. So Duverne is that guy now, and he's okay, but Duverne's a natural right back, but I don't know. There's something about him that just, he's good, but he's not good enough. You know, I brought him here to be a backup more than anything else. I would be okay starting him 1 or 2 games, but maybe not a whole season. So we shall have to wait and see what the off-season brings. But it took us until the last day of the season, And I am okay with that. In the 5th season of this 7-year save, we finished in first place on 90 points. 5 points ahead of City. 11 points ahead of Liverpool? We did really well, and we need to do the same again next season. The goal next season isn't to win the Prem. Winning the Prem would be nice. The goal next season is to progress further in the cups that we're in. The Carabao, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. Which reminds me, Paris is playing United in the final for that. It's 26, the World Cup's going on. Looks like I'm getting another left back because Lovekoff's application was rejected. Which is fine. I can send him out on loan again, and it's a mild bummer. I may be able to move Zagadou over and just have Grigors come on. And I got a bunch of players unhappy with me because they weren't playing in the position I wanted them to. I played him at right back. Okay. Laird's fine with that. Skip. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, well, Skip wants to leave, so Skip is leaving. Duverne. Okay, well, this is one thing I wasn't really expecting. I'm more than happy to move these guys on. Well, luckily I have 116 million to make the most of it. Kasunu. Okay, I'll let him go too. You know what? At this point in the save, he got an end-of-year bonus. Laird's happy to stay. He got a new contract. Skip hands in a transfer request. I'm going to go scouting. A good season for us. Winning the Prem was nice. Now I got a little bit of a task on my hand because players aren't happy that I'm not playing them in the role they want to play in. I'm playing them in the position they want to play in, but not the role. And you know what? I'm not going to put up with it. So I just won the Prem. What am I going to do? Bow to the whims and demands of a player, including those who are only part-timers. That's not going to happen. What would you do if you were in my shoes? I'd be interested in hearing that. That said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please vote. Subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM Jellicoe, and thank you for watching.